Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're here tonight. It's officially midnight with Radical Optimism, the third studio album by Dua Lipa. We've reacted to we've reacted to all of the lead singles, we've reacted to the videos as well, for Houdini, for Training Season, for Illusion. You know my thoughts. If you don't, I'll link the 3 reactions in the description below, and if I don't, do tell me to do because I might forget. And here we are today. It's only 11 tracks long. If I knew it was gonna be this short, I maybe wouldn't have heard all the singles. Then again, I don't mind that I heard it because it's Dua Lipa, it's one of my favorite artists, and here we go. Track number 1, End of an Era.
Makes me an optimist, I guess. I always jump too quick, hoping this one might stick. Come with me, 'cause when I see your face, the sweetest pleasure, I feel like we're gonna be together. This could be the end of an era. Who knows, baby, this could be forever. No more, at least I tried.
Right when I was starting to groove and starting to get into it, we had that. I'm usually a fan of the effects, and she actually does them very well most of the times. But for this one, I don't know how I feel about it. Let's keep listening.
With the lonely nights, I guess one chapter might be done. God knows I had some fun. Your face, the sweetest pleasure. I feel like we're gonna be together. This could be the end of an era. Who knows, baby, this could be forever. In the clouds that she goes, butterflies let them flow. Another girl falls in love, another girl leaves the club. Send a big kiss goodbye to all of the pretty eyes. Another girl falls in love, another girl leaves the club. I've lost all my senses. La 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 la. Is this my happy ending? La 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 la. Here she goes again. The sweetest pleasure. I feel like we're gonna be together. This could be the end of an era. And a big kiss goodbye to all of the pretty eyes. Another girl falls in love, another girl leaves the club.
Yeah, I love the choruses. I think they're the strongest part of the song. I'm not a huge fan of the verses, not a fan of the transition between chorus and verse, not a fan of the bridge, not a fan of the spoken vocals. I think this song is a bit messy. It's definitely more experimental and much more in tune with her debut studio album than with Future Nostalgia. It has kind of like an island vibe, something a little tribal, maybe something like what's that in my dreams? Yeah, Dreams from Dua Lipa, and also New Love. It's much less that commercial pop sound that she was making with Future Nostalgia, and a lot more into the slightly more alternative route that is what she took with her debut studio album. With that being said, I love Dua Lipa, the debut studio album. It's one of my favorite albums ever. I listen to it daily. in 2018. You guys don't understand. It was the soundtrack of my winter, your summer in 2018. From like June to August, I basically only listened to Dua Lipa. So yeah, still the choruses definitely gave me that good nostalgia vibe, but the verses and the bridge and the outro, they just did not do it for me. I'm sorry. Track number 2, when we heard Houdini. Now I'm interested to see how it's gonna play out, because track number 3 is Training Season, and the sound of Houdini is very different from the sound of End of an Era, which is very different from the sound of Training Season, which is also very different from the sound of Houdini. And these three are different from the sound in Illusion. Is this really going to be like her debut studio album, in the sense that although good, it's not very cohesive? Or do we have something in mind here? I'm curious to see how it plays out. Track number 3, Training Season's Over. I kinda got bored of this song because it's overplayed. When I was at the beach and I was listening to the radio, this one played every day, at least 5 times a day. It was on constant repeat. It was this, Cruel Summer by Taylor, and Texas Hold'em by Beyonce. They would not go, I won't even say a day because a day is granted, but they would not go like 4 hours without playing these songs, and they were usually on, on a kill, one then the other and then the other, and we would have some flowers for good measure in the middle. So yeah, not complaining because I think it's a great song, but it's gotten a little overplayed for me, and it's never been my favorite of the singles that she released before. Track number 4, These Walls. This chorus was going to go somewhere based on the verses. It didn't, and that made me a little upset, but I still really love the verses in this one. So this is the opposite problem of End of an Era so far. Let's see how the other elements of the song are gonna play it out. The second verse, the second chorus, the final chorus, the bridge, the outro, so on and so forth. Let's just hear it.
This
though I actually did love this song in the end, it was just a matter of getting used to it. I still think the chorus could have hit a little harder. It could have had maybe another layer of production, something that would make it stand out against the verses a little more. But I loved that they say, dun, dun, they say, that knocked it out of the park for me. Honestly, this is lovely. If this is the sound of the album, I'm gonna be very happy with it. Track number 5, What You Doing.
After midnight, me and my thoughts alone. There's a part of me that wants to steal it all, and a part that tells me thoughts. 'Cause I'm no good at giving up control. Are you worried that I might find something wrong? 'Cause I'm worried that I won't. But if control is my religion, then I'm heading for collision. That's my 20/20 vision. Please, what you doing to me, baby? I'm scared to death that you might be. I wanna change me. You're in my head and now you're clouded. My decisions got me heading for collision. What you doing to me, baby? Oh, what you doing in the future? I see you next to me.
Do you hear that? I'm sorry, do you hear that? Let me rephrase that. I know you hear that, but do you listen to it? Ooh.
But I can't shake the feeling that there's more to life in the time between. But if control is my religion, then I'm heading for collision. That's my 20/20 vision.
I love this pre-chorus.
What you doing to me, baby? I'm scared to death that you might be. I wanna change me. You're in my head and now you're clouded. My decisions got me headed for collision. What you doing to me, baby? Oh, what you doing to me? Please, what you doing to me, baby? I'm scared to death that you might be. I wanna change me. You're in my head and now you're clouded. My decisions got me headed for collision. What you doing to me, baby? Oh, what you doing to me?
Do you also listen to that? Ooh. It's not constant. It's descending and it's cutting. Dun, 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 dun. Yes. 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 Oh, yes. OYES. This one is most likely making an appearance in my year-end list. Something off of this is gonna be there. I was quite sure it would be Illusion. Now I'm not sure anymore, and I'm happy to not be sure throughout the rest of the video, because track number 6 is French Exit. That's different. one is quite the 180 from What You're Doing and Training Season and Houdini. It doesn't sound like anything I heard Do It doing. Again, it kinda sounds like it's a grown-up version of something that would be in Dua Lipa. Which brings me to the question, is this level of cohesiveness what you would expect from an album, from an artist in their third studio album? Right after coming out of one of the most cohesive and successful pop eras of all time. An album that was met with the acclaim that Future Nostalgia was, with the recognition by critics and public alike. Just some food for thought. We're only halfway through the album, but I can already tell that you can maybe take Houdini, What You're Doing, Illusion and group them together in something, but then These Walls would kinda go with Training Season, and French Exit and End of an Era don't go anywhere. Let's have that in the back of our minds as we listen to something we already heard before, something I love, a song that's one of my favorite songs of the year. Off the bat, the best song in, no, not the best song in the album, but the best of the leads of the single she released before the album, Illusion. I listened to it 60 times last month, alright? Track number 8. Now, I already said what I had to say about Illusion. I do think it's the best of the singles she released. I also really love the video with all the references to other artists I really like Kylie Minogue. So, track number 8, Fallen Forever. Let's see what the rest of the songs in the album have for us. It's a rather short album. We only have another 4 tracks, and we've only been here for 25 minutes. So it's alright, but that's alright for an album of Dua Lipa's. Future Nostalgia was also 11 tracks long, wasn't it? Or maybe like 10 tracks long even? I know it was very short, but we know the way she does this. She's gonna release an extended version, a remix of something, the complete platinum, ultra platinum, whatever version this is gonna be, and at the end we're gonna have like 20 songs in the era or something like that. There's also the features that I'm sure are going to come some time in the future. So yeah, track number 8, Falling Forever.
Are you good at holding on? I know the mind is quick to
Listen, I knew of her roots, but I did not think I would hear that being incorporated in a song. Though if ever there has been an album of hers where it should be, it's this one. Let's continue.
the moment where the stakes are staying
Okay. I'm definitely 100% going to be needing more time with this one. I feel like there's a lot to unpack here, and I probably should have paused at different moments of the song to properly give a commentary. Okay, vocally outstanding, easily one of the best, if not the best, possibly the best vocal performance of her career on studio, that is. Production wise, I thought it was kind of messy. I feel like the production in the verses do not match that of the chorus. The chorus had a very strong I don't want to say future nostalgia because not everything's about future nostalgia. A very strong late to early 2010s thing going for it with some of its aspects, whereas I heard some reminiscences of what could, forgive my ignorance, be Arab music, which would go well with the way she sang How Long. Do these things, or rather can these things, go well together? I'm sure they can. Do they go well together here? As I said, I'm going to listen to this song, and I'm going to have to listen to this song again to properly come to a conclusion and therefore to an answer to that question which I have just posed right now. But thus far, all I can say is it's not my favorite song in the album, and I've heard better from her. Track number 9, Anything for Love.
One more time. Make me cry again. All that I need salted licorice. Okay, alright. Let's do it. Let's put it down. Scared of forever, and no one promises always. We're not perfect together. That means we gotta part.
Why does this sound like something from a video game? Why does this sound like something I would hear when I walk into a gymnasium in Pokemon? Or something I would hear in a Mario Kart track? Or even something I will hear in Stardew Valley. Why? What are we trying to go for here, Dua? With this merge between a piano and this?
Please remember when we used to do anything for love. We're all terrified of heartbreak. Run at first signs of problems. Make it look way too easy. We all got too many options. Remember when we used to do anything for love. Remember when we used to do anything for love.
Wow. No, definitely not. This song was way too short. I feel like this could work very well, but this song would have to be at least a minute longer than that. Cut the intro, shorten the piano time, have the build up with the other instruments. Why am I saying this? This is literally the woman that made Don't Start Now live in LA mix, which has arguably my favorite opening in a song, period. that build up with the instrumentals gives me life. I've listened to the Live in LA mix of Don't Start Now far more than I did the original song. That's the only version of the song I actually acknowledge. I like the original, I have nothing against it. It was one of my favorite songs of 2019. But the Live in LA mix just takes it that one step ahead. And I feel like Anything for Love could have been that song, but just did not sit right with me. Track number 10, second to last song in the album, Maria. How do you solve a problem like Maria?
I've had love, but his is the deepest. Yeah, says he'll never leave. He means it to you. Yeah. Ooh, I owe it to you. Ooh, I owe it to you. Ooh, I owe it to you, Maria. I know you're gone, but I feel ya when we're alone. Even when I'm here in his arms, I know you're somewhere in his heart, Maria. Maria, I know you're somewhere in his heart. When love comes young, but I feel ya when we're alone. Even when I'm here in his arms, I know you're somewhere in his heart. Oh Maria, I look in his eyes and I see ya time after time. Even when I'm here in his arms, I know you're somewhere in his heart.
Yeah, kind of like the first song, there were aspects of this I liked better than the others, but I think overall it works better as a song, so I am going to add it to my library. I will need more time with it, that's for sure, but off the bat, I like it, which is more than I can say for quite literally half of the album so far. So yeah, next track, last track in the album already, track number 11, Happy for You.
Couldn't believe it, had to ask myself why. I served you more than I ever knew. 'Cause I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. And looking back now, I hope you see it. Even the hard parts were all for the best. I see where you're at now. You picked up the pieces and then you gave them to somebody else. And I didn't even want to cry. What is this feeling? Couldn't believe it, had to ask myself why. I served you more than I ever
Well, that was it for the album, and as you can possibly already tell, I have some things to say. So, first, let's do a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 11, slightly halfway, slightly, well, half the album basically. I mean, there's no half in an 11 track album. Okay. I understand. I have finally come to understand what Dua Lipa was trying to achieve here. And it became quite clear in songs like Falling Forever, Anything for Love, Maria, Happy for You. You also heard it in These Walls, In the End of an Era, and in French Exit as well. And now that I'm re-evaluating the singles retrospectively, you can also hear this in Training Season. Yeah, in Training Season. She is going for a merge between live instrumentation and electronic. She's trying to find a common ground between the sound she explored in her debut studio album, the sound she started her career with the sound that she became most associated with, starting from Future Nostalgia onwards. I think Houdini was her way of easing us into this transition. She was saying, hey, do you hear this song? This is not what I want to go for. This is not what Radical Optimism is gonna sound like. But do you see how it's a little different from Future Nostalgia? Yeah, I don't want my album to sound like Future Nostalgia either. It's gonna be a different thing. And I think it's a different thing. I definitely think it's a different thing. I definitely think Radical Optimism has found its uniqueness when it comes to its sound. And I commend Dua for the effort. I think what she did is not something I would have predicted from the album, and it's not something that I have heard done in mainstream pop music since Madonna's American Life back in 2003, when she sort of played with that whole folktronica thing. And I think this could be what's trying to be emulated here. I will say though, I think this works in different degrees of success. Let's take What You're Doing and Illusion out of the equation. These two songs, great as they are, as much my favorites as they are, they do not go with the rest of the album. They belong, and now I'm gonna have to say they do belong in the Future Nostalgia days. Lots of people have said that she's been releasing the same things back to back since Future Nostalgia. I don't agree with it. I think that's bullshit. And if you think that's the case, then you should clear your fucking ears and try to listen to it all again, because it's not the same, and it's very clearly not the same. I'm not an expert in music, and still I can recognize them as being separate things. So yeah, I don't think that's what it's about. So let's take What You're Doing and Illusion out of this equation, because I will give these two concessions. I think that in these two songs they sound a lot like Future Nostalgia. Future Nostalgia, as I said, once again, is one of my favorite albums of all time, period. So in order for me to have any sort of objective view towards Radical Optimism, I must exclude these two albums, these two tracks. So taking these two tracks aside, where do I think this mixture between live instrumentation and electronic goes? Well, I think it works very well in Houdini. It's done very tastefully only at the ending of the song when we have the guitar coming on, but I think it works. I will say it works in Training Season, in These Walls, and also in Maria. In Maria especially, I think it's an interesting case because the fusion between the genres is so flawless, so seamless, that you can hardly tell where exactly are the aspects. I had to listen very closely to hear that, and it was when I heard Maria that I began to formulate the theory that I think, now looking at the entire album, goes very well. She also tried to do this fusion in Happy For You. Personally, I think it didn't work. And then in Falling Forever and Anything For Love, there's not even a fusion. There's quite literally a straight cut between one sound and the other. In Anything For Love, you start with the live instrumentation and then you cut to electronic, just like that. It's not a fusion, it's a clear cut. In Falling Forever, that's that problem that I mentioned earlier, that I think the choruses are disconnected to the verses. Basically, you have a cut. The only difference between Falling Forever and Anything For Love is that in Falling Forever, you cut into electronic, then cut back to instrumentation. In Anything For Love, you just cut to instrumentation, you don't hear that again. You just cut into electronic again. French Exit, honestly, I forgot what the song sounded like. And End of an Era, yeah, End of an Era was a problem because it was messy as hell. It was the same mess that Happy For You was. It tried to do that incorporation of the elements, but I feel like it sort of lost itself in the middle, you know what I mean? And again, I'm going to bring back my reflection that I had in French Exit. Is it something new? Yes, but it's something new with a lot of elements of what we heard before. Do I think Dua Lipa's been making the same song over and over again? No, I definitely 100% do not think that. However, when I heard some of the songs in this album, I was taken back to the Dua Lipa days. When I heard other songs in this album, I was taken back to the Future Nostalgia days. Not in a single moment I was here listening to something in this and was not remembering something I had heard before. It's not that she's been making the same music, it's that what she tried to do here is simply merge two things she's done before. If I don't know how she plans out her career, if she does like plan out her career for years to come, for albums to come. If I can see this in the future as being like a trilogy of something. I don't know how she's going to organize her career, but as a trilogy, you have sound A, sound B, and then sound AB or sound BA, It could be kind of like closing a chapter, kind of like ending an era. It could be. So far, it's very hard to tell. It's only, all my opinions here are being based off my first listen to the majority of the songs in this album. So yeah, that's what I have to tell you guys for now. So thank you very much for watching, thank you very much for listening. If you've got any other requests, please tell me. I'm more than free to react to them, as I always am. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.